Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series, where I just turned out the light, and I'm really not sure why, considering the fact that it's dark, and I need to be able to see at least a little bit in here. So let's get back to our lantern. There it is. And we already set down a few of the things we were carrying. So I think what I'll do, I will turn out the light again in just a second. I just need to set up a bed here. I've already been through these lockers, of course. No, you're not. You just need to sleep. I'll double check just to be sure, but yeah, just a sprained ankle. You'll be okay. So let's close this off. Now let's take another look at all the stuff we're carrying. We do have lots of cattails now, so that did add a considerable amount of weight. Let's go ahead and eat as many of those as we can for that exact purpose, just to reduce a little bit of weight and top off our calorie meter. And we can probably go ahead and leave the arrow stalks here as well. I believe I mentioned that towards the end of the last episode, just as a means to get rid of another 3.63 pounds. All right, we're almost done with this. They moved. Okay, that's that. Let's go ahead and drop our bedroll at our feet. And we, I mean, if we sleep right now, we'll do okay. But you know, let's go ahead and drink, and that's going to take most of our water. Actually, just about half. A bit better than I thought. So yeah, let's go ahead and sleep for, we'll try 8 hours. Blizzard kicked in. There goes the sprained ankle. Good. Okay, so it is not quite dawn. Need to drink again. This is going to be most of our water this time. Is the aurora going? No, it's not, interestingly enough. So I need to pass the time for, let's say, 2 hours or so. Are burning some calories. Alright, should have some daylight when we're done here. Alright, it's starting to peek through, but it's going to be pretty cold outside. That's fine though. So now that we are here, we've dropped off some of our stuff. Tell you what, let's go ahead and sleep for as long as we can. 2 hours should top us off completely. And then we should have some daylight and some weather with which to do some stuff. First things first, let's step over here. I've already been through that trash can, I think. Step over here, stand right here, and we are going to drop these. We'll pick them back up later. Drop. Okay, there they are. Ridiculous amounts of them. And let's take another look. It's mainly our tools that are weighing us down. We have an extra flare we can get rid of. We have this broken arrow as well. Let's go ahead and harvest this. So we do actually have some arrowheads on us. We do. We could make arrows right now. And I believe the bow that we had... Did we set the bow down in the camp office? I don't remember looking for it before I left, so we'll have to... I mean, we're going back there at least once before we leave Mystery Lake. But the bow is either... You guys can help me out in the comments, because it was much earlier in the series. It's either in that camp office here in Mystery Lake, or it's back at Pleasant Valley, which we need to go to Pleasant Valley in order to get to Timberwolf Mountain. So that would be fine if it was. And of course, there's an extra hunting knife that we picked up along the way here, so... Tell you what, those are the arrow shafts. Let's step over here for a second. Let's drop the extra hunting knife. Let's drop the flare. We've got these arrowheads, which we will, I suppose, keep on us. The flashlight is just so freaking heavy, but believe it or not, we're almost down to no burden. Part of that, though, is the fact that we are actually completely out of water. The MRE, eating that would help us. Let's go ahead and drop it for now. And we actually still have some wolf meat on us, just a little bit. Didn't realize I hadn't dropped all of it, but that's good to know. Put this stuff up here, including the MRE. And, I mean, I think that's about as good as we're going to get it. As we eat the cattails, our burden will be lessened. But again, we need... Let's go ahead and eat these crackers while they're somewhat good condition. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of reclaimed wood because we'll step out here and light a fire. 3 pieces of reclaimed wood should do it. We'll get some water from it, and then start exploring. Just to make sure we've covered all the ground we need to. Campfire. Of course, we don't need tinder anymore, which is epic. Magnifying lens would not work right now because it's cloudy. We have some accelerant. I'm going to use one of my accelerant just because every little thing counts with reducing my burden a little bit at the moment. So, there's that. Let's cook this. We also have the reishi mushrooms, which is worth noting. But getting rid of that meat will make us a little bit less noticeable to the wildlife, which is the main thing. We'll put that reclaimed wood on the fire as well, and let's go for 0.6 gallons. Should have just enough time to melt this and boil it, and then we'll have to drink some. And I'm trying to think if there's anywhere in Mystery Lake we haven't been. I'm pretty sure we've been everywhere. But it has been a while since we played this particular save, so not sure. Let's eat the fresh wolf meat. It's only going to be a few calories. Give us a slight risk for intestinal parasites, but not a bad one. Okay. Interesting that it's saved there. We didn't really pass any time. Well, I suppose we did, but not in the traditional way that I would expect to cause a save. Yeah, we have that extra fire striker, which is lovely, but weighing us down. So one of the reasons we need to just kind of hang out is we're waiting for some additional hides to cure. And also we could find additional ones as well. Let's take a quick look at the journal. We've got deerskin boots at the moment. I'm going to load these up and see... Well, once the journal actually loads. Come on, game. You can do this. I believe in you. Thank you. Alright, so the deerskin pants are... I mean... They weigh the same as snow pants. So I don't really know that we need deerskin pants, to tell you the truth. Rabbit skin mitts. Pretty decent protection there. Seems a little better than the gauntlets, actually, but the gauntlets are actually somewhat hurt. So once their condition improves, that might not be the case either. So we have just some of the best items in the game. Well, these might be better, but they're 2.2 pounds, and I think the gauntlets are as well, right? Yeah, they are. So the rabbit skin mitts are also not much of an improvement. What a shame. Now we could put... No? Yeah, there's just... Don't have too many great options as far as reducing our burden and getting animal skin stuff. So now I'm thinking, do we really need to hang out for much longer, or should we just go back to the campsite and get what we can? Let's do that. Weather seems decent. We can move a little bit faster now that we're not weighed down by all that crap. And when we leave Mystery Lake, we can tie the rope off in the transition zone. Maybe go down into the ravine and see if we find anything there on our way out, which is always a nice thing to do. We'll look around for any wolves really quickly. I would hate to be surprised again out here. Alright, so those crows are circling the wolf that I shot. I know that for a fact. I don't hear any others, though. I'm going to risk opening this gate, even though I feel like I've gotten into trouble every single time I've done this. Okay. Alright. There don't seem to be any wolves in the area, so we're going to head back. I mean, we could go back to the camp office one of two ways. Need to pick up a few more supplies. try and carry as much stuff back towards a more centralized location as possible. So we can go back the way we came, or we can go the way we were going to go originally. But I know we've already been back there to a certain extent. I mean, may as well. Stop and grab some cattails along the way. You knew I was going to say it. You knew I was going to say it. I was just getting it over with. That's something that we can do, and it would help us survive, because there's only meat to be had in this zone now. There's not really much left in the way of harvestable resources. We can make tea with some of the reishi mushrooms and rose hips that I farmed in the last episode, but there's not a lot to be done there. Speaking of that, I actually think I can... Yeah, see, I need to go to the crafting menu and prepare some of these. That would save me some weight as well. It's not a huge concern at present, but I'll make a note of that. So again, only objective at the moment, since we really don't need to make any animal skin stuff aside from the boots. I mean, we might make the wolfskin coat just to say we have it, but the thing is, it's not... Let's take a quick look so you see what I'm talking about. Like, it's just not an improvement. The wolfskin coat is 6 pounds, and it's 7.2 to each warmth protection. And right now we are wearing a 3-pound coat that is better, pretty much. It doesn't need to be repaired, but its wind protection is fantastic, and we've got on some decent stuff aside from that. So, I don't know. It's just... It's hard to justify making any animal skin clothing aside from just, like, having it to have it, not necessarily to wear it, but as like an alternative, something to leave at a centralized base, which means we're not going to craft it yet. Can you tell that I haven't booted up this save in a while? I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. We're going to get stuff out of Mystery Lake, and we're going to go back towards Timberlake. I mean, or Timberwolf Mountain. But I remember being so adamant before about crafting some of the animal skin stuff, and now it's like, we need to, you know, have bow and arrow and eventually not carry this rifle around so we aren't quite as encumbered as we've been for this entire episode and for several episodes now. But aside from that, there's not really any need to craft anything else. I mean, technically we don't even have to craft another bow. We literally don't. And I actually genuinely do not recall if I've been down this way in this playthrough. We'll find out, I think, in a bit, because I do think there are cattails along part of this stretch. So if I find any cattails whatsoever, I'll know that I've been here. Or I know that I won't have been here. Yep, I haven't, because there's some right there. A little bit of food. And then possibly some more. There's not as many back here as there were by the dam. Or actually, I suppose there are. I mean, there's still not as many, but more than I thought. I wasn't expecting to see any more. They're always pretty scarce back here. Don't see any woodland friends. Love that soundtrack. An oldie but a goodie. Used to stop and listen to it all the time during Against All Odds whenever it played. Wow, okay. So I guess I haven't been back here. Have I climbed up the rope that's around the corner? I'm actually starting to wonder that, because I know I did in one of the playthroughs I've been doing recently, but maybe that was in story mode and not in this playthrough. Maybe so. I'm genuinely not recalling with certainty. I need to be a little careful, because there very well could be wildlife back here that I just haven't noticed. Yay for random sounds that make it sound like something is nearby. Thanks, game. Oh, keep doing it. Okay, appreciate that. Alright, there's another cattail. See, this is why I wanted to come this way in the first place, because I knew I could grab some on the way. Alright, yeah, that's what I can't remember if I've actually climbed in this playthrough. I feel like if I had been back here, I would have grabbed those cattails. The only reason I wouldn't have is if at the time there was no reason to, I guess. And that does seem vaguely familiar. Hang on. Okay, story's not yet written. I couldn't remember if those things had an indicator of whether or not you'd read them. So I was going to try that. But let's see what we can throw down here. I mean, we can put the gun down for sure. And that would allow us to move. So tell you what, hang on, let's lighten our load. Can always pick the gun back up when we need to. Just drink. You could also just drop, well, no. Yeah, I'm just going to drop the gun and climb. The only downside is we're still carrying a lot of stuff, so if we find anything up here, I mean, we're not going to need to shoot anything for sure, but if we find anything up here, that's just the first of 2 climbs. But if we find anything up here, we might not be able to bring it back down with us. We might have to do some inventory management. Wouldn't be the worst thing, but see, now we're tired too. That's the thing about making that climb. Is that it's super exhausting. Okay. Alright, so we're going to wait for our stamina to recharge for a second. Got some stones here. If I've made this climb before and I've forgotten, you're watching in the backlog, I sincerely apologize. But we're just going to... I'm going to double check this just to be sure. I have no way of like knowing which episode to go back and check, so even if I had been like, have I done that climb before I record this episode? Let me see. It would have taken me forever to figure it out. So I'm just gonna trust. Okay, let's see if we can make it. This is gonna be a little dicey. Alright, now we're saying we're encumbered, probably because of how tired we are, I'm guessing. Yeah, this is gonna result in a fall. Yep, back down. Too tired. Too tired. It's because of how tired we got, we actually started getting encumbered going up the rope. So what we're gonna have to do now... pick up some sticks. And... 15 sticks. Oh, so I'm actually carrying more cloth than I need to. It's 15 sticks that I need. 3, 4. Hey, look, cedar firewood. That's actually could come in handy in a second, so I'll pick that up because I could start a fire with it. And we can break this branch down.
I can drop any of this gear.
As a matter of fact, you can. You're about to drop a good bit of it. Okay, now I don't think... oh, yep, it was. Okay, that was enough to make a snow shelter. Let's see. I need to find a good kind of spot. Yeah, back here seems somewhat sheltered. Can I throw down a snow shelter? Yes, I can. Beautiful. Can I throw one down in front of the tree? That would be cool. Hang on. Because then I can have a fire inside the tree. And have the benefits of the fire inside the snow shelter. But no such luck. I'll bet you, though, if I put it there, we might still be able to put a fire inside the tree. For similar reasons. Let's go ahead and build this thing. We're going to need to rest here before we make the rest of the climb. But first... alright, start fire. And what we can do with this is go ahead and cook some of that rosehip tea. Okay. Indeed. So let's cook some reishi and some rosehip tea. It's going to take some of my water, but that's okay. It just transfers the water, really, doesn't take it. We're pretty tired. You think? All of this has caloric value and the ability to replenish thirst, so multiple benefits. Okay. Let's climb into the snow shelter. Currently feels like 94 degrees. Yep. So, now let's also, while I'm thinking about this, we need to prepare some of these. Because this will spare us some weight. Remember all the reishi mushrooms I picked last episode? Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. All right, starting to get dark.
So tired,
she said in a noticeable Canadian accent. Okay, that's that. Finally. Yeah, we're not really that encumbered anymore. Thankfully. We don't have that much water left, but again, we have, hey, where did all... Oh, yeah, that's right. The teas we made are in our medical menu. But we can go ahead and drink them, actually. Because we need both the thirst replenishment before we go to sleep and the caloric replenishment. So we'll drink... yeah, let's leave it at that. Yeah, I know that treatment didn't do anything. I was drinking it for the calories, nothing else. So we're going to eat these and then go to sleep. And then make the rest of the climb. But it does seem like I haven't been up here yet. Because I feel like I would have found that cedar firewood. Doesn't mean I would have picked it up. Still don't have absolute evidence that I have or haven't been up here, but we'll see. Right now it feels like 80 degrees. Let's go ahead and sleep for... as long as we can, and hope we don't die in the middle of the night due to a blizzard. Because that would be fun. And by fun, I mean not. Okay, so we woke up super thirsty. Sun's about to rise. Let's see what we can do to address the thirst situation. Long Dark title theme playing. Alright, now I have lots of painkillers. Well, actually, no, I don't have that many. I have some painkillers. I do have a lot of antibiotics, so I'll go ahead and drink the other reishi tea. And with that being done, I am fully rested. Don't have a lot to drink, so I'll have to get more water soon, but let's exit the snow shelter. I suppose we'll leave that where it is. Let's keep climbing. up to the top, now that we're fully rested. Thankfully, the climb down will not be as treacherous. It seems like a blizzard is about to roll in. Another thing we need to do is repair some of our clothing. There we go. Unfortunately, we don't have an aurora right now, so that would not be charging up the flashlight. Can't really see what's going on. Is that the cave? Yeah, this is the cave. Have I been here? I have. Okay, question answered. Is there still a deer up here that I could potentially harvest? Get a little bit of food from. Might have to wait out this blizzard. But there's usually a deer corpse up here. There's a bunny. Nothing else, I can kill a bunny and say that I did something productive. Dude, you just almost let me walk right up on you. Ridiculous. Okay. Well, it is fixing to get bad, as they say here in the South. We are going to step inside this cave and stop this episode. In the next one, we'll wait out the blizzard, and then we'll head back down and continue on to the Mystery Lake camp office. What's that? Did I just see a footprint and think it was something else? I guess I did. But yeah, we'll head back down to the Mystery Lake camp office and keep transferring stuff. We don't have as much heavy stuff anymore, thankfully. But we'll keep transferring stuff over to the dam once the weather clears up a little bit. Yeah, we're going to get way back in this cave where it's comfier. Yeah, I even left some items here last time I was here. I have a book that I can use to light a fire if I need it, which is nice. I'll go ahead and pick that up, actually. That could come in handy. And then, yeah, like I said, we're going to wait this storm out, which won't take long, hopefully, just a couple hours, and then head back to the camp office. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.